looks like it's tilting backwards. Not sure what that's all about. Maybe because as we're getting into Halloween. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's your Sunday as Susan with Susan Lazar Hart. That's me, live. Ooh, pardon me. What are we talking about today, Susan? Well, I was actually recently listening to a speaker speak, and he said, do you stop before you start? And it just went bang. How many times do we stop before we start? Then I was thinking, well, there's the flip side, right? How many times do you stop before you start? Hey, Dee. Well, if you're totally confused, you're in the right place. It's Ask Susan. This Sunday, we're going to wait for the algorithms to kick in. Dee's coming in from Kitchener, Ontario. Woo! Awesome, awesome, awesome. It's a rainy day in Montreal, and I couldn't think of a better place to be than be with you on Ask Susan. Hey, Max, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Everybody's popping in. Wait just a few more seconds for the algorithms to kick in and let them know. Hey, Dawn, welcome, welcome. Let them know. Hi, Teresa, welcome, welcome. People are popping in. So I've been tapping into a few speakers. Oh, thank you. Yes, it is my birthday. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I've been tapping into a few speakers recently, leaders, speakers, whatever you want to call them, facilitators. And what I noticed was that everybody's kind of popping into the same thing, which is, where do you stop before you start, right? So, hey, Agnes, welcome. How many people have an idea and maybe they share it with somebody? Hey, Frederic, they share it with somebody. And when they go to share that idea, they're actually stopping the energy, right? Because often when we go to share an idea, we're all excited. We're like, hey, and I might ask you, are you looking for validation? Are you looking for agreement? Are you looking for somebody to pop in and say, oh, I can help you, right? Hey, Margaret. Hey, Neelam. So, hey, Erica. So that's kind of where it begins, right? So just quietly now, ask yourself, do I stop before I start? Is there anywhere that I stop before I start? Are you stopping for validation? Are you stopping for some kind of reinforcement? Right? Are you stopping because you've decided something about yourself or about what you're created, right? Oftentimes when we're very, very little, we go to create and we're told, stop, you're going to make a mess, or stop, think about it. Or you go to get into a relationship when you're a little bit older than very little. And people say, are you sure? So, hey, Teresa, so how much have you been implanted with stop before you start? Don't go rushing into anything. Hey, Sandy, don't go rushing into anything. Don't be crazy, right? So when you get that sense of something and you just connect with the universe and it pops and you're like, yes. And then all of a sudden, do you find that you slow yourself down? You know, I have a lot of clients that ask me this question. How come I never finish anything? Well, have you stopped and finished it in your head and left your body and your energy and everything else behind? Have you decided what it's supposed to look like and you decided you can't match that expectation? Hey, Zara, welcome, welcome, Zara. So just for you right now, ask yourself, is there any place that I've stopped before I even started? Because when you stop to check to see if it's okay with others, if everything else is working, you see what you're doing to the energy. You know, hey, Janet, welcome. It's kind of like, are you willing to put your toe in the water? You know, when you go swimming, right? You have to put your toe in the water. You can't stand on the edge of the pool or the pond or the ocean or the river and say, oh, well, if I go in, will it be cold? If I will it. So everywhere you're actually, hey, Patricia, everywhere you're actually using if I, that's actually a way of stopping yourself before you start. So right now, think of an idea of a creation of something that you've been playing with or want to play with, and that you've actually stopped yourself. And if you did stop yourself, where would you be now with it? Oh, thank you for this talk, says Sophie. D, okay, I get frustrated. It's not happening fast enough. Patricia, happiest birthdays. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, well, the thing about it's not, sorry, doing it the wrong hand. Nah, never mind. The thing about it, if it's not happening fast enough, you know, are you listening? Are you listening to the whispers? Right? Because often when we put something out, we stop creating with it and we make a decision. It's not happening fast enough. And then we kind of close down all the energy. Because it's going to look different. Because you're different. Right? It's going to look different. It's going to be different. It's going to taste different. But you've got to keep going. I could have been a contender. Right? I know I'm looking at I love hearing that comment because any blah blah, I can tell I'm excited. Whew, calm down. Okay. Whew. Anytime I actually hear something that pops for me, I know it's for me as well as for you, right? Because we're all connected. Oh, I got a thumbs and a heart on that one. So, is this a topic? Is this is this in your focus these past few weeks? These been a really interesting past few weeks with lots of things changing and lots of things shifting. Dawn, it's not showing up the way I think it should. Obviously, it wasn't working. Exactly. How many times do we say that rather than, wow, this is really interesting. So I wonder what's being asked of me that I haven't been willing to be or see. Like I know for myself with what I'm creating, how I'm creating, I'm streamlining, right? 2020, it's going to be 2020 vision and me on top of streamlining. So all the Facebooks and everything that I have out there, thank you so much for all the contribution you've been. We're streamlining, baby, right? I'm evolving, I'm shifting, I'm changing, and I'm not going to stop what the universe is gifting me. It's going to be different. Oh well, how does it get any better than that? Hold on a second. Dawn, Teresa, how do we keep the energy open? So energy is, Teresa, thank you so much for that question. Energy is. There's energy in this room. There's energy through electricity. There's energy through my pores. Energy is. It is. You can't stop energy. So there might be a different question you might want to ask. Do you have any conclusions, any decisions about what something has to look like? Because what you decide, you get. Right? If we decide this isn't working, you'll get something that isn't working. If you any decision you put out there, anything you're buying, like is real and true, this doesn't work, is not a question. Right? You actually stop the energy of what you say you're asking for. There is energy there. The energy never stops. So let me see a thumbs up or a heart if this makes sense to people. D, LOL, my focus for the past few years. Janet, 2020, yes, laser focus, absolutely. Does this make sense to people? I need to see some feedback here. Usually people ask for likes and hearts and on their Facebook, but this is private. This is just us. This is for me, right? Thank you. Oh, I got some thumbs up on that. So one side is, where do you stop yourself? Right? Ask yourself, and where did I buy that from? Who did I buy that from? Were you, oh, thank you, lots of hearts. Were you raised in a family that said, be careful? Or you better get all the options open before you choose. Right? Hi, Emery, welcome. Dawn says, makes sense. Vanessa, how to get out of being stagnant, and I feel a change is on the horizon. Cool. Are you stagnant or are you aware? In this reality, we're taught we have to be busy, busy, busy. If you're not doing this, do that. If you're not doing that, do this. Right? So truth, Vanessa, are you stagnant? Or are you creating a space for more information to come into? If you're aware of a change on the horizon, that's often when we pull back. It's like, shit, I don't know that. I know what I shouldn't be doing. I know what they told me to be aware of. I know my expectations. That's all the known, which has to do with the past. Right? It has nothing to do with the present. Right? So, wow, I get a sense of something different happening. Universe, send it in. Right? No matter what it looks like, no matter what it takes. Right? Yeah. Welcome, Anne-Marie. Let me see any other questions over here. Dawn says it makes sense. Happy Sophie says yes. Dawn says, look before you leap. Exactly, right? Why do we listen to others' point of view? Because you're taught to. You're taught to. Past, present, future. Present, before 7 years of age. You're taught everything before 7 years of age, right? You're taught that somebody who says they love you is telling you what to do. So you're taught to listen to other people instead of listening to yourself, right? Tell me if this makes sense. Vanessa says, thanks, yes, awareness. right? So before the age of 7, you have these people that say they love you, whether it's a nanny, a mother, a father, an aunt, an uncle, a grandmother, you're in daycare, whatever, teacher, whatever that is. And you're taught, I'm only telling you this because I love you. I know best. I've been through this before. How many of you from the ages of 7 to 10 to 14 to 18 were told, I just want to save you the stress that I've had. I just want to save you the problems I've had. Do it this way. So you're conditioned not to trust you. You're conditioned not, that's why we want to ask when we bump up against something, who does that belong to? Like, oh crap, that's my dad. Okay, no thanks. D, is there, we got to see more here. Hold on. Is there a, hey Janet, I see your question. Let me just do D's. Is there a point to recognize that perhaps a different path may be better choice other than setting a target, after setting a target? Okay, cool. Is there any point where you start to recognize a better choice after setting a target? How to embrace fully the flexibility of targets. So cool. So here's something that I was just listening to Dr. Joe, and I'll share it with you right here, right? Write down what it is that you want to create, right? Write down what it is. And then write down here, what will that create for you? Will it make you more aware in the world? Will it give you the success you're looking for? Will it be, will you have contentment, right? Get a sense of what you're asking to create. Targets change all the time, right? But the thing is, what you want to be aware of is be present with the target you're creating. And it's going to shift and change. That's why it's a target, because it moves. And perhaps what you chose a year ago, 6 months ago, is not where you are right now. That's actually why I created 90 Days of Change. It's 3 months, right? What can you shift and change in 3 months, knowing somebody has your back, right? What does that look like for you? And it's been amazing. We've had amazing seasons, and I'm so grateful for all the people that are popping in. So D, let me know if that gives you any more information. How embrace fully the flexibility of targets. You created the target, right? You created the target. Are you willing to be flexible with you? Right? That would be my question. I'm getting hot here. Are you willing to be flexible with you? You created the target. Nobody created it for you. Oh, cool. So how many of you stop before you start because you realize you're creating for somebody else's target? See, that's why I said there's two sides to the same coin. Stopping is not a wrongness. Stopping is an awareness. Janet, what would it take to trust our own knowing? Again, who taught you? Be very quiet for a minute, Janet, and just be present with you. And ask yourself, at what age did I stop trusting my knowing? And that's where you'll get the information. And if anybody wants a private session with me on this, come on in, just hashtag private session, and I'll pop one in. We'll have one together. Yes, there'll be a fee, and it changes more lives than not. So just a little hint like that. Teresa says, Dr. Joe Dispenza. Yeah, he's fun. I'm actually taking a live stream of his right now, this weekend. Teresa, expand more on keeping it open. Create financial abundance, financial security. What's your question, Teresa? Right? If you're willing to be present with what you're asking to create, the universe will supply you. It's the willingness to be present. Again, write down, what is it that you want to create? Over here, how will that make you feel? If you do that, what would that be like for you? Right? Will you feel more content? Will you feel like you're making a difference in the world? Whatever that is, whether you want to use the word feel or sense, do whatever you want with that. But you get what I'm saying? Go to the future of the sensations once you've achieved what you're asking to create. So you're not working in the negative. You're working with, wow, if I do this, this will create that. Cool, I'll have that. It's the languaging and how we talk to ourselves. D, I love the being flexible with me as a target. Absolutely. This is your sandbox, okay? This is my sandbox. I invited you all to play in my sandbox this morning, right? You have your own sandbox. You're the master of your domain. You play in your sandbox the way you choose to play, right? No one creates, hey Jasleen, no one creates anything for you, right? Page, my book Speaking, I wrote a rough draft and stopped when I got to a point when I felt like I needed help to continue. If I don't know how the speaking business will look, I said yes to a free ticket to women's movement in Chicago. Cool. I moved through the how. Within a week or so, trans Airbnb sharing connections through the Facebook group. I received a donated place, Thought Leaders Academy, to get my book. Yay! Good for you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Paige. So basically, Paige was saying she was just present and had a sense of something else was possible. And she started moving and shifting in the energies of possibilities. And look what happened. Fantastic. Women's starting movement in Chicago. Wow. Move through the how. Awesome. 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 Great, Paige. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing that. And that's not, that's being present with the energies that are here to contribute to you. Right? You get whispers every day, every day, every day. Oh, I got a heart and a thumbs up on that. You get whispers every day. So my question would be, are you stopping the whispers before you begin? Have you already decided, prepackaged what something's supposed to be like, your life, your living, your sex, your relationship, whatever that is? And you stop and analyze everything before you just start. How's that working for you? Right? Questions, anything popping for people? So how do you shift and change that? Well, yeah, I got some hearts on that one. How do you shift and change that? You're being present. Every time you bump up against something, be aware and ask yourself, is that the past me speaking? Is that me from the past speaking? Who, what, how can I be if I actually shifted and changed this? What would it feel like in the future to have accomplished what I'm asking to accomplish? And am I stopping for me or someone else? Huge awareness. Am I stopping for me or somebody else? Are you living down to somebody else's expectations of how you should be, what you should be creating, how you should be creating? Ask that question. Wow, am I creating this for me or for somebody else? And that's where our targets shift all the time. You might choose something and you think, oh yeah, now's the time. And then all of a sudden you're shifting and changing and you don't relate to whatever it is that you were playing with before. Cool. Is there something there that could contribute to you? Yes or no? Can you morph it into something else? Yes or no? What is it asking to be? Right? Oh, I got a big heart on that one. So as this is not a conversation, this is not a dialogue or monologue, but a conversation. If you have any more questions, I'll hang in here with you. If you're done with me, that's cool too. Again, just a thought I had, which was, so where have I stopped before I started? Where did it work for me? Because I was aware, oh crap, this actually doesn't work for me. I'm not going to start this. Right? Oh, I got some hearts on that. That's what I'm saying. It's two sides to the same coin. Wow, this actually doesn't work for me anymore. It did? Cool. Okay, I don't actually have to start anymore with this. Now what else is possible? Oh, am I stopping before I'm starting because I'm buying other people's points of views, other people's judgments? Right? Who does that belong to? Ooh, I got lots of hearts from Margaret. Thank you so much. Janet, how do I deal with others who are in judgment of those with such limiting beliefs? It's not your business, baby. Sophie said, thank you so much. Janet, it's not your business. What people say about me is none of my business. You're in the business of life and living and loving. You have a body that tastes and smells and touches. Hey, Kathy, welcome. Right? What people say about you is none of your business. If people are judging, that's their reality. That's their sandbox. So now it's a choice. Do you want to play in a sandbox where people are judging, or do you want to play in a sandbox where people are conscious and asking for more and reaching for more and are willing to receive information and play and encourage you and have your back? Yeah. Dawn, trusting others more than I trust myself. Again, thank you so much, Dawn. How many of us were taught before the age of 7? The Jesuits say, give me your child before the age of 7 and I'll have them for life, right? Meaning whatever I teach them, they're going to absorb and take into the rest of their life. So how many of you were taught not to trust yourself? Just even the fact as a little baby, you're trained to eat 3 meals a day, right? What if you're not hungry? Eat this, it's good for you. Oh, I guess I don't know my own body, right? I know what's good for you, eat this. Just think about that. How old were you when you stopped trusting you? Yeah. Janet says thank you. I mean, thinking even as a little kid going into your parents' bedroom and picking something up, or coming in when they're making love or they're fighting, and you ask what's going on, and they're like, nothing. Go back to your bedroom. So you stop trusting your knowing, right? So you could ask yourself, what's the value of trusting others greater than me? Right? And really, that's a who does that belong to? Paige, we have a Seymour here, hold on. I know that greater healing options existed. Disability benefits after 3 years allowed functional neurology, discovered when the last year, that's what was missing. What's your question, Paige? Yeah. Janet goes, wowza. Yep. Yeah. Hey, can you put that in a question? And then let's see how we can play with it. Again, I'm just waiting for Paige. Have you stopped yourself? Hey, Malika, have you stopped yourself before you started? Right, that's like being at the starting gate and they shut the gun off and you're still like looking around to see if, what people are doing. So how many of you look around to see what everybody else is doing before you go with that idea that's tugging at you and pulling at you, before you go with that creation that's like, yes. Hey, Maureen, welcome. Hey, Rattan, welcome. Paige, let me know how that popped for you. Hey, Malika. Thank you all so much for popping in. We've got a lot of juicy nuggets on this one. If you're coming in later, just press #replay. And if you've got questions, I check this Facebook every day. So truly, 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 what else is possible with your creations, right? And remember, you are one of your creations. Janet, it's like having the brakes on all along with the gas pedal. Absolutely. Paige, just an observation. I started and stopped for a few times with it. Okay, cool. Thank you, Paige. Thanks. So that was just an observation. Yeah, and cool awareness, right? Let it go, let it flow, right? It's not yours. If it's not brilliant, if it's not ongoing contribution, let it go. So everywhere you're stopping yourself and wishing you'd already started, get over it. Don says thank you. Get over it, right? Just simply ask, whose voice am I listening to? Mine or somebody else's? All right. I adore you all. Thank you so much for popping in. I know we like to keep this short and sweet. If you have any ideas, anything you would like me to talk about or ask questions about for next Sunday, just pop them into the Ask Susan. Yay! And if you're looking for a private session, if you're stuck, trust me, we go from stuck to unstoppable. They don't call me Lazar Hart for no reason at all. I adore you all. Just press #private session and I will PM you and we'll see what we can create together. Have an amazing day. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you. Live boldly, right? Live boldly. Someone who's bold is willing to ask that question. Is that mine? Who does that belong to, right? When you're bumping up against something. Truth, am I starting this for me or for somebody else, right? No judgment. Live boldly, love greatly, always. And be that fearless leader that you came here to be. Because the world needs more of you and not less. Thank you, Dee. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you, everybody. Bye, Billa. Popped in. Re-listen. We got a lot of juicy nuggets there. Thanks, everybody. I adore you. And thank you for letting me celebrate my birthday with you. Bye-bye.